Hi. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome to live television. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby. I am the host of this group, The Spiritual Artist. And Brandy made it. Hi, Brandy. How are you? If you are watching in the replay, then do me a favor and say hello. You can write a hashtag. You can make up a hashtag. The hashtags are a lot of fun. I like to come back and look at them and see them and know that we're reaching people even if they can't make the live. So that's nice to know for me. Brandy is here, and Ray says good evening. Hello, Ray. And Kelly made it good because Kelly suggested this one, and I was looking at old posts about like what should I do Daily Fuel about, and I found an early one. It was 25 weeks ago, and you suggested this one, Kelly, and I was like, oh my god, I never did that because it was a good one, and I even said that's a good one. I'm gonna do it, and then I didn't because that's what I'm like. And Mikey's here. Hello. So yeah, if you're joining live, here's how this works. If you're new here, I'm going to go through my spiel. I'm going to ignore the comments, but you guys can keep commenting the whole time, and then I'm going to come back to the comments and read them. And here's a Facebook user. Who is that? It's Robin. How is that possible? Robin, you're going to have to hit that link again. Or, Robin, comment again. And let me see if you show up, because sometimes people just don't show up the first comment. And is this... Yeah, Robin, in honor of yesterday, let's see. No, Robin, you're not showing up. Can you just use that little symbol for the rest of the live? I'm sorry, you're going to have to hit that link again. I don't know. Anyway, we're at 2 minutes, so let's get started. Here we go. Oh, and Leslie's here. Hi, Leslie. How are you? Is this your first Daily Fuel? Welcome to Daily Fuel, Leslie. Yeah, so I'm going to ignore the comments, and then I'm going to come back to the comments. So you can keep commenting. Here we go. The dark side of art. Yeah. So Kelly commented on my question about what should I do Daily Fuel about a while back. How long ago was 25 weeks? That's like a half a year. How long How long has we been doing this? How long have we been in this group? I started it in September, so 26 weeks is half a year. That's 6 months, right? So 6 months ago. Wow. Very good. So I finally got around to it. Sorry, I've been busy. So she asked about the dark side of art and, like why do we like to write songs that are about heartbreak, and why do we like to create paintings or something that kind of emote a sinister feel, or why do we create things that leave us vulnerable, or things like that, things that aren't all bubblegum and roses. How come all art isn't just flowers and traipsing through the field and la 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 love pop songs? Probably just the simple answer is because if we all just created that, life on Earth would be boring. We need the dynamics, but we'll dive into the deeper answer of that. So I'm going to start with a tiny physics lesson, because that's how my brain works, so deal with me. Here, in physics, scientists know that the universe is constantly expanding. In fact, not only is it constantly expanding, but the rate of expansion is increasing. Galaxies are moving farther and farther and farther apart than we thought would even be possible. Why do we care about this? Why am I saying this? Because the expansion of the universe is also a spiritual term. We talk about that. If you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, they talk about that quite often. The universe is expanding, and we here living on planet Earth, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and our goal is joy, and our mission is to expand the universe. And if the universe is expanding faster and faster and faster, I would say we're doing a bang-up job. Even though it might not feel like that on particular Tuesdays or whatever, right? So if the universe is constantly expanding, and in spiritual terms, the expansion of the universe is the culmination of joy, then why do we have dark art? So to me, the dark art is a way to shine a light on things so that they expand. When we shine a light on things that are hidden, that are secret, that make us feel vulnerable, that make us feel afraid, that make us feel the fear, when we shine the light on that, we do it through dark art. Or it's one way we do it. We do it in a lot of ways, but dark art is a way to do it. And that the result of shining a light on that is expansion, which leads to joy. So here are 3 ways that works, right? Number one is there are things that are dark in our hearts, in our minds, in our lives, things that we would prefer to just be like, just pretend that isn't there. But they're there, right? We know that they're there. We'd rather avoid it. We'd rather just pretend it's not there. But the truth is, without looking at it and taking care of it, things like that don't go away. It could be a trauma in your past. It could be a relationship that you kind of has loose ends, right? It could be a lot of things that, a thing you had that you wanted to do in life and you just never got around to doing it, like this live. For 6 months, I just never got around to doing it, right? There are lots of things in life that could be loose ends or just could make us feel scared or afraid. It could be anywhere on the spectrum of emotions, all the way down to being depressed and very, very fearful of it. But by facing our fears, we can pull them up from the roots and take them out of the shadows and shine a light on them, and they lose a lot of their power when we do that. And that is the expansion of the universe. So one of the ways we can do that is through dark art. We can create something that is a painting of this fear that we feel. I like to write lyrics about things that I'm feeling that aren't too great. I don't write a lot of bubblegum pop songs. I write songs that I write two kinds of songs. I write songs when I'm feeling really powerful in myself. I'll write songs about that power and that are supposed to be inspirational songs, but I will also write songs about the darker feelings that I feel sometimes. It's hard being a human being. Sometimes you get stuck in this 3D reality and you're just like, oh wait, maybe this is really it and I got to figure this out and then I'm going to croak and then it's dark for the rest of forever. I have no idea. I don't believe that, but some days you feel that way. So sometimes writing about it or drawing it or painting it or sculpting it or creating it or moving, I don't move, but you know what I mean, right? If you're a dancer or an actor or something, sometimes expressing those emotions that you feel in secret through art kind of brings it out into the open. And then number two is when you do bring it out into the open, other people can feel it and recognize it too, because we share empathy. We can all look at it and be like, oh, I know that feeling. I'm with you on that. And you know what? There's strength in numbers, and I've been there with you. I've been there before you. I can show you the way out, or you can show me the way out. And we start to move up the emotional scale, because if we're writing something or creating something in our art that is dark, then what happens is we can say, here it is. This is the crap. This is the truth of the crap that I am dealing with, that I don't like. But I know this isn't reality. It's reality, right? And by showing it to you, by creating this image, by creating this painting, by making this play or movie or dance move or song or whatever the form is really irrelevant. We are creating something that the person who can view it, hear it, watch it, sing along to it, whatever, can recognize, I have feelings like that too. And that is where our oneness comes into play. It's not that I'm good and you're bad, or this is good and that's bad, or you're in a better place in life than me. It's that we can look at this fear. We can be vulnerable. We can express anything that we think of as dark and negative, and we can all recognize that I have days like that too. And that's a wake-up call to our oneness, to be like, to see it, to know that you're feeling it, and to see a way out of it. We can move from a depressed state up into maybe anger, right? You can write a song that's just a rage song. Sometimes you have a breakup, so you need the sad songs, right? Or you're really pissed off about something, so you put on the punk rock thing, or you just start banging on stuff. You need to get this energy out. And this kind of art is a way to do it. It's a way to connect to other people, even if it's just putting a CD on, or playing a song on Spotify. Even if that's all it is, we're still connecting to other humans through this emotional outrage. And somewhere inside, I think we all just get this feeling like, oh, I'm not alone in this. There's a way through it. There's a way out of it. And then that leads into maybe I can have hope, and maybe there's a better way until we can feel better and better and better. I've said before that a lot of times I'll do my daily meditation work. I try to do it every day. I skip days sometimes because, stuff. But for the most part, it's a priority for me. But there are days where I'm feeling down in the dark, where I'm not feeling hooray. Right? It's like I don't live like this all day every day. I got to prep for this. And to do so, there are days where I'm just like, meditation isn't going to cut it. I could just sit there and my brain is just spinning in the darkness. So on those days, I'll watch a movie or something that's violent, because the violence is just like a mental escape for me to imagine, like, oh, right? I would never do that in real life. But to watch it and to feel the emotions of it, at the end of it, it's like, I feel a lot better now. That was like kicking somebody, well, there's a punch, right? It's like you want to just, it's not that I want to be violent. I want to get out this emotion and shine a light on it. And now I feel better. And that's the point of dark art sometimes, is to help yourself, the creator, feel better, but also to help the audience to feel better. They can turn to it in times of need. And finally, number 3, what all of this does is it validates our pain. It helps us to see the beautiful side of pain. And I know that that's not oh, hooray, well, pain is beautiful and that makes it all better. No, of course not. But it's a human experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Why are we having a human experience? Because having a spiritual experience is all lollipops and bubblegum and roses. It's all la 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 songs, holding hands and purple flowers. I don't mean that, I don't imagine that it's all literally that, but everything is amazing. Everything is perfect. And there is no drama. There is no up and down. There is no dynamic. As somebody commented on the teaser for today that without darkness, you can't see the light from a candle, because if everything was light, it would just be blinding white. That's all there would be, So for us to feel going back to where I started with this, the universe is expanding, and in spiritual terms, the expansion of the universe is the goal of what we're doing. It is the mission, because the result of that expansion is joy. Why is joy the feeling we get from the expansion? Because we don't want to be there. We want to move there. I don't want to be completely successful and have everything I'm ever going to want ever and never want another thing. I want to move towards the stuff that I want in life. And so do you. And so when we feel this pain and we can't find a way out of it, the dark art that we create or turn to shows us a way into the lighter areas. And then it validates the pain, because as we move toward the stuff that we actually want, we can realize, wow, look at the distance that I traveled. Because the greater that distance, the more joy you feel. There's no joy in being at the end. The joy is in going to it. How's that? Let's take a break. A little water. Thank you, Kelly. That was a good one, I think. Unless everybody disagrees with me. Let's see what we say. I said hi to all you people, and Robin, for some reason your face isn't showing up today, but that's okay. Mikey, emotional release. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an emotional release. Very good. Leslie, I have a photo of a flower as my profile pic. I can see you, Leslie. I can't see Robin for some reason. And Ray, hi Ray. I got the answer because we understand it better than everyone else. What? What was the question? We understand what I'm talking. I think I know what you mean. We as spiritual artists understand this stuff. We can have this discussion. If I had this discussion on a live on my Facebook profile, I'd get a lot of right. What is he talking about? And somebody says showing my face. Who's that? It's not showing your face. Kelly, Karina. No, that's not Karina. Wait, emotional release. I got the answer. Karina, showing my face. You're not showing, Karina. I'm sorry. I don't know why. All right, let me see. Crimson is here. Hello, very late. That's okay. I'll start over. I'm kidding. Karina, I think, says... Yeah, this is Karina. Sharing our darkness in our creation is like sharing doorways to empathy. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Right. Yeah. Very good. It is. It's the sharing. Kelly used the word vulnerable in her comment. It's a really good word because what happens is when you are feeling dark to create darkness, dark art. We don't create darkness, but we sense it, we notice it, and we want to shine a light on it. So the dark art that we create, the sad song, the gloomy painting, the whatever, right? Whatever it is that you make, that opens a doorway to other people to see it too. And when we all recognize these feelings that we sometimes have, and we recognize the path to joy, that's empathy. So, cool, Karina. Who's this? Oh, this is Robin. You changed your... Wait, was that the... Oh, you were using flags. Sorry, Robin. You used the right thing, and I didn't recognize it. Sorry. Robin says, I think art created on the dark side has to do with emotion, because the dark side often deals with anger, distrust, mistreatment, and things that produce emotion on a larger scale. Yes. And art has always been and still is a great way to get it out for the artist or to elicit those emotions in others, to expose the emotions for what they are, or to get the emotions out to get to a better side. Yeah, absolutely. All of this. Art can illustrate visually or through sound the emotions one is too scared or too embarrassed or too whatever to expose in any other way. Excellent. You summed up everything I said perfectly. That is it. Ray, in sharing the darkness, we prove that there is light, for you need to know darkness to recognize light, and you will also know that you can retreat to the darkness and not be alone. Oh, I like that part, Ray. Right, the first part we've already said, and that's excellent. Without the dark, what is light? Light, there's just brightness, and we don't even recognize it. Probably because we're blind at that point. Our eyes will no longer work. But with the dark, we also know that we can retreat into the darkness and not be alone, because sometimes, some days, things just aren't going your way. Everything is always going your way, but from this 3D perspective, it doesn't feel like it, right? I really wanted that job, or I really wanted to stay in that relationship and not get dumped, or I really wanted to get that money and not get whatever, right? All of that stuff feels bad. I really wanted my car to start, not start, right? Not starting sucked, but it worked out in my favor. I'm not going to sell the car story again, but you know what I'm talking about if you've been around. You'll also know that you can retreat into the darkness and not be alone. So sometimes when you're feeling like this 3D life is just, oh my God, it's crushing me, we have something to turn to. Most people have darker art to turn to consume. We have a secret weapon. We can create it as well, and we can express through it. It's so great being an artist. I love it. Dagmar is here. Hello, Dagmar. Hi. I missed the beginning. I was drawing on a light bulb. You're so cool. You make things I would never think to make. You're like making eggs and stuff. I love it. Keep doing it and keep showing it to us because I love it. Sometimes a person experiences emotions that they can feel but not explain. Interesting. And through art, often the dark side can be felt through what they see or hear from what an artist has put out, even when the images or sounds are not literal. If it is brilliantly expressed, the viewer can feel and understand it even when they don't even realize it. That's art. You know what? Really, really good comment there, because I have noticed that in seeing the art posted here, I'm beginning to, we talk a lot about style here, and we talk a lot about style sometimes, or technique. Not, we don't really get into technique too much here, but what I notice a lot is the various. What am I trying to say? Hang on a second. My mouth started moving before the brain formed the complete thought. Here's what I'm trying to say: is that I look at everybody's art in this group, and I notice I notice styles emerge. Like, there are so many of you, pretty much everybody that's posted more than 3 or 4 or 5 times, that when I see a post, I don't even have to look at whose name it is. I just know it. When somebody's brand new and I haven't gotten to know them yet, I have to get to know them. But there are hardly any people whose work I confuse with other people's. I'll notice similarities, and I'll point them out sometimes, but I'm pretty good at recognizing people's work on face value. And at first I thought it was because I recognized their style. Oh, this person draws that way, or paints this way, or does this kind of thing. But I slowly began to realize that I was recognizing the feeling that their art gave me. Just to come back to this, some people create things that are very bright and cheerful, and other people create things that are not. And sometimes it's the ones that are not that really grab me, because they make me notice something about myself. They make me recognize a part that I would rather pretend isn't there. Whereas happy art, while it's completely equally valuable, is easier to recognize things in yourself about. Oh, that makes me feel happy and I like looking at that. Oh, this makes me feel bad and I don't like looking at that, but it's forcing me to because I'm staring at this thing. And that's one of my favorite things about being here, is that I get to experience that every day. Ray, nice to hear the breath you're breathing. You are becoming much more controlled. Thank you. I'll tell you a secret, Ray, and everybody else who's concerned about my breathing. The breathing thing is half a put on and half actually real, because I do talk fast and I do run out of breath on occasion. However, being a singer in a band, I got very good at learning how to breathe and keep the vocals coming. So it's kind of like I'm good at this, but I pretend I'm not, kind of a thing. I pretend you didn't hear that, and I'm going to go back to being bad at it. Dagmar says, studying dark made me more able to see, love, live my light. Yes, absolutely. Knowing more about your internal darknesses helps you expand more and experience more light and joy. Haha, no face. Is that Karina again? Haha, no face. Yeah, that's Karina again. Karina, I'll tag you and Robin with the link. I forgot to put it in the comments. I usually do that. And here's Kelly, the person whose idea this was. The whole thing was and is about exactly what you said. Oh, good. That was my question. Did I do it right? Highlighting the beauty of the darkness, being open to allow judgment of those raw emotions, and choose to accept myself and what I create from that space. Yeah, I don't, there's another thing. I don't know if you were even asking this, but sometimes I get the feeling that people who are artists and are, in the spiritual kind of a thing, think that they need to be positive all the time. And I would say that you do not, but you can be if that is what genuinely flows out of you. I think that the thing for all of us, anyone listening to this, to remember is the only job you have as an artist is to create what's authentic to you in the moment. So if your art style is always dark, then that's just what you draw from to create art. If yours is back and forth depending on your mood of that day, then that's what you draw from. And maybe you're unable to tap into your artistic skills if you're in a dark place, and you're only able to do it after you've meditated and risen up from it, and now you're able to create because your art is always happy, and joyful. And that also has value. There's value on the entire spectrum. Today's live is not to say that dark art has a greater value. Today's live is to say that it does have value, and I believe this is what it is. So there's a distinction there. Dagmar says, for me, it took a long time to be able to draw darkness. I love the black canvas on which I draw color, light. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about your art, is that you draw and create art from a dark canvas. And I don't know how you do it. I don't know if it's the tool you use or what, but everything seems to glow that you create, which I find very fascinating. Like the night sky that makes the stars light visual, right? You can't see the stars during the day. Why? Because there's too much light in the sky. You have to see it at night. And you even can't see them in cities where there's too much light in your face from the lights. You need dark. The darker it is around you, the brighter the stars are in the sky. Where'd you go? Where did you go? I love the dance of dark and light and shadow work. I told that. I'm told that I see I'm not sure. I see alchemy as the transformation from darkness, pain, trauma. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Into golden treasures. I do that as much as I can. That's cool. The word alchemy here. We haven't used that yet today, but that's an interesting word for this, right? What is alchemy? It's taking base metals and turning it into gold. But we as artists are alchemists, taking darkness and turning it into joy. Wow, I like that, Dagmar. Thank you. We are alchemists. Oh, I can hear the magic in your breath. It has grown. Thanks. Crimson, sometimes when I start painting, I can be in a bad mood, but by the end of my session, I'm always in a better place than when I started. Yeah, sometimes it's just the working of the art. Maybe for some of us, it doesn't matter what we're creating. The thing that matters is that we are creating. I think it's up to each one of us as an artist to figure out. I'm so glad someone let the dog out. It's up to each one of us as an artist to figure out what works for us and what doesn't. There is no manual to be a human. Everybody has to figure it out by yourself. It's a very individual journey that we're on. I want to draw trash castles and spider friends. That sounds fun. I would like to see those drawings. And that's the last comment. So we are at the end. If there's any more, hurry up before I hit the button. Otherwise, Dagmar, you get the booby prize for today. Kelly, thanks for the idea, and I'm sorry that it took me 6 months. If anybody else has an idea, then come December, I'll do it. Just let me know what it is. I have a lot of spider friends. Is that Karina? No, it's Robin. You didn't put the flag. How am I supposed to know it's you? Robin has a lot. Ask Ray. Crimson, spiders are cool. Yeah. I like spiders, but I'm the only one in my house that likes spiders, so I'm constantly being asked to remove spiders from rooms and things. And I've tried to explain that spiders are our friend, that they kill and trap and eat the insects that we really don't like, but nobody's buying that. So I don't kill them though. I'll wrap them up and bring them outside or something like that. Every once in a while, I used to catch them in my bare hand and just bring them outside until our friend Victoria told me that the ones that I have here are actually poisonous, and then I stopped doing that. Shh, don't tell my wife they're poisonous. She will make me move. Anyway. They're so tiny they can't even bite you. But I don't like spiders, but they show up a lot in my art. That's interesting, says Robin. Okay, well, Robin, you get the booby prize, and thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and Ray, Ray pops in. Spiders in the house mean there's love in the home. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we get spiders every year. Here they all come. I run from spiders. Robin. Brandy says, why not make castles out of trash, Dagmar? That's an interesting idea. And Leslie is still here. Lots of spiders in Florida. Yeah. And Dagmar, ha ha ha. And Dagmar's back to having the booby prize. So I'm going to end this now. I've said thank you 1,000 times. Thank you 1,001 times. Oh, guys, by the way, celebrate for just a moment. We passed the 1,000 mark of members. There are now 1,000 something members in the group. So thank you, everybody, for being a part of it, for inviting your friends, for telling people about it. Keep inviting your friends. I would like to see the group continue to grow. The more we grow, the more interesting people and art that we bring into this, and I just the group is expanding, and the end result of expansion is joy. So the more the merrier, I say. And Robin is what is that, Robin? What are those? What is that? Is that a party? Oh, it's celebration things. Gotcha. And Dagmar, thank you. I saw my bottle today. I'm tinkering. All right, guys. I'm really leaving now because you're all leaving. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Dagmar. You get the booby prize. Bye.